drive-through listeners and supporters. Got something good for you today. I've played him before on several of my shows, and this gentleman, his sound runs the gamut. Okay, so you can hear some funky stuff, you can hear some rocky stuff, and then you can also hear this enlightening stuff that's definitely works for soundtracks. All right, so you all ready for this? Reggie B. I met this brother in LA at an ASCAP conference, songwriting conference. Um, and I just remember this brother in the hotel room,
Yeah.
and he had this calming sense about him. Out of all the people in the room, he was just real calm. And I was a VP for a record label representing a boutique record label out of the East Bay, out of Oakland, California. So my assignment was to go down and just bring back some good music, find some artists, etc. So I knew my assignment, so I did my assignment. I talked to this brother, and this brother said, politely, just politely, he was so smooth about it. Go, hey man, here, take my demo. Here's my demo. And from that moment on, I could feel the warmth of this brother. And so I want to introduce him to you all right now. His name is Reggie B. He also goes by the name of Bradley L. You can find him on all types of music platforms, digital music platforms, and we'll give out his website and all that good stuff. But here we go. Reggie B, how you doing, brother?
All is well, man. All
Yeah.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right. So you remember that? You remember that meeting, that very first time we met?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That around that time there was two people that did that with me, and it was you and this guy named George Fontenette. And you
Yeah.
guys had similar vibes, and how you approached me was familiar. So that's why I was so comfortable with you. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else, I didn't care if they was execs or whatever. If I felt, and around those things, like you said, I was really like,
Yeah.
I always had this thing with the industry where I felt gross when I was around. Like,
It'll do it to you, man.
so anyway, yeah, but it's good to see you, man. Yeah, I remember that whole meeting, and you took me out to eat at what was it? It was named after the famous chef.
Oh, oh man.
I mean, you spent some money.
Okay. Hey, what can you
And,
say?
and I didn't even realize it till I was so young, till I'm talking to my mom. She said, You ain't fed you where?" But I remember, yeah,
All
yeah.
right. See, I
Ye-
like food, man. I love food, and I think food is a bridge to all indifferences.
Facts. And I love food too. And at the time you didn't know how much. So that was like I was gonna sign after he paid the check. Yeah, I like this label. This is great. They
That's
eat
great.
good over at this
I
label. I don't know what you gonna take me
think-
up, of course.
Oh
I didn't hear
man.
much of what he said over. Yeah, but it was a cool meeting, and then you probably remember better than me, but I remember I went with it because
Nice, man. And see,
what
I
you
didn't even remember that part. And that's the value of communication, man, because I did not remember that part.
yeah.
But I do remember inviting you back to the Bay. Well, right before we do this, Reggie B, give us your website so that people can be looking you up while we're talking.
The website that actually I don't even have a website.
And that's all right. Give us
We
your Facebook,
we
Instagram,
did
all that.
last year, but we both cared about it as much as the audience did.
Gotcha.
They just go straight to social
Go to
media,
the
like,
got
yeah.
it. Forget all of
So,
that.
but you can get me on. Wow, I'm so old. Reggie B Music on
Mhm.
Instagram, and then Bradley Ill on Facebook, and I think it's Reggie B Bradley underscore Ill is my personal
Okay.
Instagram.
And,
But yeah, I'm
and,
sure
and
you type in Reggie B.
there's a
Uh,
couple of you out there, but I know how to filter through the nonsense.
Yeah,
Brett.
I mean, and we kind of consolidated it better last year too, so it's
Okay.
easy to find.
Oh,
Plus, I got
okay.
more things out there, so it's
Yeah.
new distribution consolidated,
Nice. Nice. Listeners, I'll tell you, Reggie B has a vast catalog, and I'm just gonna let y'all know this is probably gonna be a long conversation. So y'all might as well just stick on around. I'll play music for you next week. All right. I'm just letting them know.
Yeah,
Reggie B has a vast music catalog. I remember the demo that you handed me, and I brought it back to the label,
yeah,
and they listened, and they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." But at the end of the day, they passed, and it 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 opened my eyes to what I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but it opened my eyes to people really not being interested in art.
yeah, yeah. Because
You know,
look interesting now, looking back, knowing what I
yeah.
know. I know exactly what happened. And,
Okay.
and and there's a really cool part of that story too about you that I think is dope that
Okay.
they don't know yet. But I looked at it like you, with a rational mind, a logical thinking mind. You don't have to be the greatest at hearing music, but
Say
you
that again, bro. Hold on. Pause, Reggie. One second. I
yeah,
hit something. I hit a button. Give me a second.
that's that old man stuff.
Okay, say something.
Yo,
Go ahead.
yo,
Okay.
I called you an old man when you couldn't hear me. So
Okay,
anyway,
good. All right. Yep, I hit.
so looking at it now, like I was saying, a logical, rational thinker, not even about how you hear music, view music, could see that situation. You had the rap group. I don't know if I could say the name. Can I say the name?
No, leave them out.
They don't matter.
They
So,
don't matter.
and you heard them, and you saw me and heard me. It was clear who you should go for, as far as the act or the artist and their creativity, what they
Hmm.
put out, and over here, right? It was a lesser thing. But at the time, I think that they thought this was more money. This was more.
Mm.
It's not about better. This is pretty good because it was pretty good. It would have been
Hmm.
great together, I thought.
Yeah.
But they went with where they thought the money.
Yeah.
But damn about like what you said about the art.
Yeah.
Now, they could have did it where the art and money met, but they
Got it. Yeah. And I totally understand commerce. I understand commerce,
yeah.
but uh, uh, yeah. And that kind of just ripped me. And the thing with that is if you're gonna go and I record label entrepreneurs, artists, entrepreneurs, or whatever, if you're listening right now, if you're gonna go with a commerce route, which I'm all for,
Yeah.
make sure you have an artist that listens to you,
Yeah.
that will follow your guidance. And it didn't dawn on me until during those moments also, you gotta go with youth. If you're gonna go with commerce, go get them, catch them while they still eating bubble gum.
Yeah, that's that if it ain't broke, don't fix it type thing.
Hey man, because I mean, unfortunately, it's fortunate. It's like menthol cigarettes. If you're gonna get them, get them young, so you can keep them for life.
You know, you did. But
Yeah.
I gotta say something about this because
Hmm.
like I was remember me and my mom when my mom even came, right? And that was all
Yes.
based off of you. You
Oh,
know, we
okay.
didn't know these people yet. We talked to them on
Gotcha.
the phone. And it was
Yeah.
very different. And I was smart enough then to know that this is the business person I'm talking to, the money. They gonna have a different you know, personality or come
Hmm.
off different. And but yours was like familiar. It was like you was my cousin or something. And it felt so much like I was at home when I was around you. So I just was like, if he's part of this and that was your position in the label, then I get to hang with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
my mom was like, you when I like somebody, I told her what I told her. She was already with. She wouldn't even came. So
Gotcha.
we all basically, and we were just like, yeah, well, he'll be handling me. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
That's how I
Yeah.
look at it.
Yep.
So And the label it would have been a good position for where they were at, where I was at. They had a little money. It could
Yep.
work. And so when it didn't, I was just like, whatever. And you was like,
Right.
whatever. But you didn't tell me this part till I saw
Okay.
you way later when I came to San
Okay.
Jose, wasn't it? I
Yep.
came up there. And I
Yep.
said, what's up with the label? You said, I don't know. I quit. I said, why? Because they didn't take you. I knew I liked this dude. I told a
True.
lot of people that. You remember that label? Hey, he quit. Like, I was so
Yep.
proud that somebody quit because of
Yep.
me.
True story, man.
True
I'm like,
story.
nope. I'm like, no, y'all. I put in my sweat equity, buy me out. Gotta go. Because you passed on your come up.
Yeah. And that happened to me a lot. It
Mm.
happened so much in different type of ways.
Mm-hmm.
I got used to it. And
Okay.
instead of and yes, I went through what most any human goes through,
Yeah.
some depression and all that. But on the
Yeah,
other
man.
hand,
Yeah.
it gave me this weird way where I knew I was doing something real right because
Yes.
these people that
Got it. Makes sense.
I look at who they like, and maybe a year later it'd be someone that was so similar to me.
Okay. Got you.
Without the raw musicianship edge though.
Okay. I
Like
hear you.
everything that's fly about me that can sell.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
I've seen it and then I look and see who's producing, and it
Mm-hmm.
be cats that literally come up from me in
Got you.
some form.
Got it. Got
Like
it.
where it
Reggie.
came up from it approaching me and getting to know me because they became fans of me.
Got you.
You
Well,
know.
when I listen to different music, I can literally hear and say, I bet you they listen to Reggie B. Whether I do research or not, but I go, I bet you they heard Reggie B.
Very,
And I
very
mean,
common thing amongst people that know me from the time you met me and before.
mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm,
a very common thing. And it's if you know me like that and you know my music like that, even stuff that didn't come out of whatever,
yeah,
it's distinctive sound that it
yep,
can't be
e-
mistaken.
exactly. And you've got one.
And so people would call me and be like, "Did you write that?" Did
And
you
there's right. And see,
So
we go to
every time I do my research to go back to the origins of that particular song,
you know that somebody sat in
I'll
the
see who's
room with you.
involved, and I go,
And this person was on the other side of the glass when I was in the studio or whatever. I got you, bro. I got you. All right. Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure. I bet if I were to put my money on it and say Reggie B, Bradley L was contracted to ghostwrite for somebody that we may not know now, but we may come out one day. I'll just leave that right there. We'll circle back to that. All right. Now I want and again, ladies and gentlemen, so that you don't get lost with us. We're talking to an artist, producer, vocalist, just all around guy. His name is Reggie B. Also goes by Bradley, Bradley, capital E, capital L. You can find him on social media and all that good stuff. You can also find a ton of his music on the digital platforms, Apple, all of that good stuff.
just say
Uh, but as a
under
kid,
strictly Reggie B under the Apple.
okay, got it. I appreciate you. As a kid, so both of us actually grew up in the Midwest, if I'm right. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Okay. All
Well, I
right.
grew up in the Midwest and the West Coast
Okay.
like this. Till this day, it's like that.
Okay. Gotcha.
So they'll
All
both
right.
of those are my home.
Okay, gotcha. Top city. We're gonna drop in the top city right quick. All right. I'm from the show me state. And I believe your base was top city. And I'm gonna
Midwest,
bring
baby,
you
Midwest.
guys. I'm gonna I'm gonna pull a bridge connection here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this is what I didn't tell you guys. Reggie B was master piano player in the church by the what age of 10?
Yeah.
All right. Now here's the connect. My mom was a youth choir director for a church in Kansas City, Missouri. Every year, I believe it was probably once a year, maybe twice a year, we would all take this youth choir down to Top City, right? All right. We would bring featured singers that weren't even in our choir because Top City had this sound. And it was this 10-year-old keyboard player that was back in these church phenom. I know it was you.
I was only
Okay.
there was two.
It,
He was older than me, and it was just me and him. That's it.
okay.
And we were together every time. Or you would just see me, or you just see him. And
Yep.
so it grew to where when all the big mass choir stuff, we were there.
That's what
You
I'm
know,
talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
New child prodigy.
New child prodigy. So we crossed paths when we were kids.
What
That
church?
that
What church was it? Do you remember?
Mount Vernon off of 39th and Prospect.
Oh, Kansas
KC.
City?
Yep.
No. When you came to Topeka.
That I don't know. I don't know if it was Mount Olive. I don't know. I don't know the name of that one.
It don't
But
matter because I was
because
there.
they all look the same. It was
I,
all
no, I was at all of them. Anything that was going on. It's like I had my home church where I grew up, but once I started playing in the church,
yeah.
the main church I was at was not my home church. It was Faith Temple, because that's where the baddest
Faith
people
Temple.
were.
That
Those are the
rings a bell.
baddest. Man, you see car stitches in there on a Sunday. I'm not joking. You see the wine is in there. Faith Temple.
Gotcha.
Hey,
Yep.
and if you couldn't play, you can
Right. Gotta go. Yeah.
throw the
Gotcha.
cymbal at him. I thought you was godly, not in the musician's pit. We not.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. That's the thing, y'all. And if we ever were to ever have a conversation about the musician's pit,
What?
y'all wouldn't hear no music again.
You
That'd
ain't
be a
allowed to
whole.
sit over there if you can't play. So you know everybody sitting over there can't. They get their turn like. So what happened with me? I get up, I got my turn, and I never got off
I've never
the
got off.
instrument. So when I
Yeah.
come in, they already was like, "Gonna
Did they
play."
go? Yep.
I didn't even know that I was winning anything because that's how fast it was until I
Man.
was doing it. And I was like, "Oh, I'm a big dog."
Man. You were a phenom at 10, bro. When we used to come over to Top City with those mass choirs and everything, yeah. Yep. You made me want to play snare drum.
You know, I started off in the church playing the drums. And
Okay, so did I.
and my mom at home, I would be playing anything, and I would anything on the radio. The radio go, I turn it off, and I just be playing the song. So my mom came downstairs and said, "Oh, you just play Ghostbusters real well, huh?" I said, "Yeah." So you can just play Ladies' Night, just yeah.
Yeah.
She said, "You can also play this church song."
Put it up.
Hey, I got voluntold that's
Told. I hear you.
hey, and I
Hey,
played it in the church songs. What was so dope? I enjoyed that better than I didn't even try to learn nothing else off the radio. All the church
man.
songs were doper than everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jazz
Yeah.
chords, and I was like,
Yeah.
so I be at the church, can't even hardly reach the pedal, just chill it because I
Yeah.
just love the
Because you love the vibe. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's the thing about organized religion. It hit me through the music.
yeah.
Some of the stuff I never understood what they were talking about. But then when them certain chords hit, that hair would stand up on the back of my neck. I go, oh, that must be the Holy Spirit that they talk about. I get that.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
And to be nice to people.
Well, I learned at an early age, being a
Yeah.
prodigy, I was treated as an adult, and I
Okay.
saw it from an adult, kind of standpoint. And
Yeah.
and I realized, like, being the musician, they weren't a stickler on me about learning nothing after a
Mm,
while.
mm,
Hey, he bad. So
yeah.
we
Yeah.
saw him smoke a cigarette outside. Like, well, then I'm glad you told on him. We gonna get him later.
Yeah, but right now he's got a couple of gospel songs to come in here and play.
Trust me, we gonna get it at him in the office.
Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Man,
Hey,
I ain't gonna say, look, be sitting out and see a pastor, see me doing that. He's, how you doing, Red? You know, you, boy, you crazy. Going around.
yeah, yeah. People
Between me
that
and you, boy, I know me and you cool.
yeah, and that's where the term comes in. People are more tapped in on your talent than they are your soul. But
Yeah.
you know what? And I always say people can't say nobody's soul, man. You know, that's up to the individual and the creator. That's between them and the creator. Can't nobody else control that mix, no matter what they selling.
Only thing we can do is give great suggestions and influence a person on the way to get it better.
Yeah,
But you can't tell nobody what to do, whether you think you are or not.
right. Nobody's in a position to. I'm gonna save your soul. But anyway, that's a horse of another color. I know, right? Yellow bow tie. All
Hey,
right.
and
Hey,
you know something about that, getting with that music and the church and me doing that as a kid, that young. I was also like in the club the night before, that young, you know.
mm,
So
I hear
it
you.
playing stuff with the same amount of musicianship, but it was just jazz and funk
Yeah,
and jazz.
yeah.
So it was no different playing either. It, like playing at the church on Sunday,
Hmm.
as a church that progressive, we playing stuff that, the commission and all that, and it was sounded
Got it.
exactly like what I was playing at the club tonight.
Gotcha.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. I know. I know what you mean. All right.
Yeah,
So
so I
now,
was getting the best of both worlds, but go ahead
best
though.
of both worlds. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Reggie B on the line here this morning, also known as Bradley L. You can catch his music on all types of platforms. Find him on social media, Reggie B. Reggie B. I want to talk to you about your latest, and it's probably not your latest because you be doing stuff on a daily basis. But the latest that I got turned on to was the Holy Breath.
Oh, that's
That one blew me away. That's one of your that's a work of yours that I featured on the drive through, and I featured it from start to finish.
yeah.
There, I could probably count on one hand people I'll do that music that I do that can do that.
I
Holy,
haven't seen any DJ or radio host do that since I was a kid.
okay,
Like I got
so
Sign of the Times whole album one night in the middle of the night on KPRS. That don't happen. So that was nostalgic to me when you did that. And
got it.
thank you, by the way. God bless your soul, brother, for that.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, man. Thank you for that release. Tell us about it, man. Tell us about the inspiration about that, about how it came about, why you did it, and then we're gonna get technical.
Um, Multitude of reasons, I guess. The first was like I've had these like film score things sitting, even for other things that didn't uh, come to fruition or whatever.
Hmm.
And then the whole thing of COVID, the emotions that I went through, and I saw
Hmm.
other people going through, and it was just an array of emotions just up and down, you know. And then on top of that, my spiritual journey and my spiritual path, took on another turn, and instead of a new page, it's a new book, you know.
Got it.
So I was, going inward instead of looking up, and you know what I'm saying, for my spiritual food, I should say, you know. So that is kind of mirroring all of those things. I went through a divorce and I had some things on with kids. And, just the world itself. The COVID affected my job. It affected me musically. Affected everybody musically. It's almost the first time where you could speak to about 50 people and your stories all just the same. You know.
Mm,
So putting all of that, taking into account of all of that, and then I was steadily creating more orchestral things that sounded like movie that went on top of the things I've already had. So some of that is some stuff I did for a project for a big prominent artist, and I don't even want to say his name, and that never happened. and that
Mhm.
caused a lot of heartbreak for me and the
Mm.
gentleman that did this project because we weren't getting sought out, we weren't auditioning, we were hired, and it was millions of dollar project, and the crew was just me and this other guy,
Mm.
and that particular artist fumbled the ball on his career from something
Mm.
very disgusting or whatever, and it just took all that money away from us that fast. And so
Yeah.
that depression that happened from that from both of us was involved in this project too, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so what I did is take the things that I did, and that was like two or three things. And then
Yep.
the main theme you hear, that's the different moods and emotions that we all were going
Mhm.
through the last 4 or 5 years.
Mhm.
So that's why the theme would come back in different ways.
Yep. Yep. Different instrumentation. Yep.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so that's the main thing is just it's just experiencing those emotions again, but in a safer space.
Nice.
And
Nice.
it's part of a path and a journey for, the enlightenment or your higher self or the most high or,
Yeah.
whatever your idea of your happy
Yeah.
place is or your
Exactly.
achieve it, you know.
Exactly.
And so I was trying to achieve that, just as well as everybody else. And this shows what my path ended up being to achieve it. And I went back and looked at all those terrible things I went through as a lesson. So you're just hearing the beautiful story now, and
Mm.
it's like,
Nice.
and it's like we all went through that particular major event together, so we can hear all of our story in a safe place, and then you
Hmm.
can apply it to whatever you were going through. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And there's a familiarity to it because you went through something collectively, but also your own individual journeys. You can still use that. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? And go through it and then look at back at it as a lesson. And then you can hear where, I've realized that, and now I'm getting some type of balance from my higher knower self, and you can clearly hear it, you know. And then you can hear the celebration at the end
Yep.
of being one with the creator or the force, the
Yep.
source, God, Yahweh,
Yep.
whatever you want, whatever you call
Exactly.
it is cool with me
And
as long
whatever
as
you
you leave it
call
in love.
it. Period.
So and then I wanted to also, I'm not gonna go off course a little bit, but
It's all good, man.
everybody, a lot of people in a bigger, bigger pool of music and real music lovers, they still know me as a singer. A
Hmm.
lot of people didn't really because there wasn't a lot of liner notes or nothing when my worldwide thing started happening. So a lot of people just don't know I'm producing mate most of the stuff.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And I'm collab a lot just a singer. Nobody come get me to play keys and stuff. I'm not hating
Yeah.
them. They don't, they just get me to sing, and that's what.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I forced people to pay attention to with the Tinky album. Because the
Mm.
next album I dropped, I said I'm not. They're gonna know that they're gonna see me as a musician,
Got it.
and I wanted to. I played. I focused just as much all those years on composition and my musicianship, more so than singing. Singing
Mm.
comes easier to me than that. And so
Gotcha.
I was like, y'all, before I go, you gonna physically watch me show you how much of a musician I am and how
Got
much
it.
of a composer I am, like how
Yep.
serious.
Got
And
it.
so that was the start of that journey too. And,
Mm.
and people got that album, and there was no question who did what.
Got
They
it.
hear no singing already like this dude, you know.
Yeah.
So now, I never would put the camera on me when I'm jamming at home. So all I'm doing is what I do at home, what you see a lot of now. I just
Right. Yeah.
camera on
Little
it.
little snippets. Yeah. Yeah.
And like, he got better. It's like, nah, I just put a camera on it. I just never did that. So anyway, that kind of has a lot to do with that album coming too. Is like
Hmm.
this is what I'm working on.
Got it.
I'm working on cinematic audio
Yeah.
experiences, Jack. Yeah, this funk is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can play the jazz and that,
Yeah.
but I can do this.
Yeah. Yeah. And you
You know
did
what
it
I'm saying?
well, man. You did it well.
No
Yeah.
guest on that thing. It's like it's maybe one. You know,
Okay.
all that orchestration. That's I wanted to do that too, and like this is what my journey and path has got me to be able to do.
Hmm. Got it. And so that and I'm gonna tell you, man, there's some things on there where I have to go. Is that an orchestra? So so
Yes,
you
I mean
got
it
me.
is.
I know it is. I mean
No,
that,
no, that's me, man. That's
and
me.
it made me say, when is the movie coming out? All of these questions came to my mind. I'm going, there's a movie coming out. And yeah, man, it hit me from start to finish. Once I started it, and then I go, okay, let me stop this.
Hey
I'm a
man,
I need time to listen to the whole thing from start to finish.
the movie's
And
whatever you see when you hearing it, whether
it,
it's these eyes or that eye. I mean, because all the movie is something that's records of time, and so like that is whatever you see when you hearing it is the movie. It's gonna
the
be and have a middle and end.
the
Yeah.
holy breath. I tell you, and that ain't the only time I played it from start to finish. That's all, that's in my rotation right now. When I want to woosah, when I just want to, yeah, yeah, man.
Because the holy breath is whether you want to say it in a spiritual way or not, it's the wind,
Mm,
man. It's the air you
mm,
breathe, the oxygen you breathe.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? It's the holy breath.
yeah,
If it
definitely.
stops, if that stops, you stop.
You got it. I hear you.
Yeah.
Listeners, if you get a chance, just see if you experience what I experienced when you listen to the Holy Breath.
What did you experience when you listened to the holy
What
breath?
I experienced, it
Interview
took,
for 5 seconds here.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It took me to intriguing place. I saw I saw tranquility. I felt tranquility. Um I felt uh sometimes some of the uneasiness, some of the dissonance, I could feel struggle.
Yeah.
I could see transition, stuff like that. That's what I saw. I saw, I could visualize all of that. I could visualize a journey, transformation.
Yeah.
Uh and in my head, I still hear this melody. Oh, 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 and then I can hear it on different instruments, whatever, and then I can hear it took me to a birthplace also. It took me like a Mediterranean type of experience. It took me to like the birth of, I could hear like the birth of civilization.
Yeah, because it's
You
also that. It's also the whole human experience from
seed to,
coming from the stillness and it being a thought, yeah,
got
down
it.
here to soul and and then to this slowed down
Yeah,
vibration
flesh.
called skin soup. And then
Yeah,
that whole experience of life here
transition. Yeah,
and then it says serious return. But that's the thing,
got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's
when
what,
you return back to what people want to call paradise, the stillness, the
yeah, and that's funny because
the
I,
spirit man. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, got it. And see, I know these titles because I read it, but just hearing it, I didn't even relate it to the title. Sometimes I just let it play and let it take me where it's going to take me, or
Well,
went
my thought
where.
is like the beginning where we're
Mhm,
sitting one with the all is that you go through that whole experience as records of time that time don't even
mhm,
recognize in finite places. But when you go back to the ethereal realm where it doesn't recognize time, you realize you ain't moved one bit.
mhm,
Only your consciousness was moving. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying?
mhm.
It's like it starts where it ends where it starts.
Got it. And so the titles are, starts with the holy breath, the thought of spirit man, earthly pain, the third heaven, the creation of man, the realm of the soul, the realm of the souls, the holy instructions, earthly seduction theme, transition, at one with all,
Mm,
final score,
mm.
the groove, the serious return, and finishing up with the seed and the womb.
Well, see that groove is the celebration. Why you still in the corporeal realm, but you have balanced it out. You are zen. You completely still. Hey, hey, create party in two now.
Hey,
And laughter
yes, big time. You had to have a sense of humor.
in this.
Yeah, and water the wine.
Don't abuse the things that you
Hey,
know. You can abuse anything on earth. Just don't.
gotcha. I hear you.
This is the you
So,
know.
so yeah, man, I just definitely wanted to get you on the line and have a conversation. So folks that listen to this program know about what you're doing because
No,
everybody don't know.
no.
But I tell you, I'll give you another incident. I was out hanging out downtown San Jose, across the street from a jazz club over to a dance club. And people hadn't quite come in yet. People, like Richard Pryor said, people don't come out till 11:30. So, so
Freaks come out at night.
so the DJ is playing this track, and I'm sitting there, and I know you when I hear you. I go, "Is that Reggie B?" And the DJ popped his head up, and so I go over to the DJ and I say, "Is that Reggie B?" He go, "Yeah." He pulled his headphones off. He go, "People don't know about Reggie B." He go, "People have slept on Reggie B." I go, "Yep, I didn't." And so me and him connected over your music.
No stuff.
No shiitake mushrooms.
Who's this brother?
His name is he goes by Charlie. God, what does Charlie go up here in San Jose? Charlie, give me a second. Charlie. Anyway, the place is called the Continental. He was the house DJ. Oh man, I should know. I should know his name. I've been trying to get an interview with him.
Because you know the Bay mess with me, man. Like the Bay mess with Red is tough. Like you got
The
Max
the
Payne out there, you got Tico out there, you got these dudes, B Bravo. They mess with me, man. I get a lot of love in the Bay, man. I must say,
okay. All right.
DJs and a
Well,
lot of
this
the producers, and they play some Reggie B in the Bay. That I
what
do.
is this? Charlie Brown. I should have Charlie Brown. He go by Charlie Brown.
What
Chale.
was he originally from Southern Cal?
Now that I don't know. And
Charlie Brown. I think he knows.
Charlie Brown.
I think I know him. I
And,
think he
and I and
DJs in
almost
San Diego. I think I'm
he might be connected to what's that dude's name?
the
Bun.
brother. He
Some
wear glasses. He a dark skinned brother.
no, this brother's either he's a Caucasian, or he
Oh, okay, okay.
might be slightly mixed, but he wears glasses and he has a beard and mustache. I think he might be connected to somebody you were doing a duet with sometime. Bun who, trumpet player, and he went off the grid. I remember you did a post about him. He went off the grid, but he's still doing his music. He was in KC for a while. White guy, Caucasian guy.
Oh,
Y'all
Miles
have
Bonny. Miles Bonny.
Miles Bonny. There you go.
That's my
There.
brother. That's
Oh, okay. Okay.
fam,
So
fam.
so I so I think him and Charlie probably know each other.
I'll say less. That fam.
Okay. Okay. All right, but Charlie Brown.
And NA Sounds is the collective and somewhat of a label, and me and Miles ran it. We still get
Okay.
royalties through that thing for some reason. But yeah,
Got you.
that was a home for Reggie B. Period. Still is.
Got you.
Yeah.
Planet H.
Yeah. Planet H.
Ba-dum, bow. Ba-dum, bow. All right, man. We've been on here a long time, but hey, you know what? It's all good. Let me see. Did I cover everything that I really wanted to cover? Probably not, but I really wanted to talk about Holy Breath
Yeah.
and because of the impact it. Oh, here's the other. So just the other day, I get an IM, or I friended somebody, and this brother was the first one to play my music across the pond. And then so he pinged me back. Hey, I see you doing something with some Sandra Mooning. Yeah. Blah blah blah. He goes, man, I'm all for featuring new gems and artists, exposing them. I go, I got two for you. Tim DeTaylor out of the East Coast and Reggie B. So he pings me back last night, wee hours of the morning, probably because they hours and hours ahead of us. He go, I know Reggie B real well. His name is give me a second, give me a second. A little silence on the air, but it's all right. Um, this brother's name is Barry King.
Ah! S.A. Gangster.
See?
Do you hear me?
His other job.
I love Barry King.
Yeah,
Man,
apparently,
I
because
went, man, listen, Barry, me and the Daru, long time
I
ago.
remember you used to post about Daru. Yep, go ahead.
We met up in Pittsburgh and then we
Okay.
got on a bus because we had a gig in New York,
Okay.
Giant Steps. So we took the bus to New York. Guess who meets us to pick us up, took care of us? Barry King and it's Donna Summer's niece.
Okay.
Grant. I don't want to mess up her name.
That's all good. Yeah.
And her brother, we still cool to this day. His name's Omega Red.
Okay.
And so we stayed at her house.
All
It was
right.
me, Kissy Asplin, Daru, and his sister Rena, and
Okay.
maybe a couple other people. And Barry King and Don Summers' niece hosted the whole time at her house in Harlem.
Okay.
Barry, I'm talking about when he take care, he look out for you. He's so protective and gangster. We walking through New York. He just like he owned the place, man. He got us some outfits. Like he was like, what, y'all talking like his Jamaican accent mixed with British. Hey, yo, buddy, what?
Right. Right.
What's it into us? He's real nice. What size you wear?
Yeah.
Man, handed me some jeans, man. I seen how much some jeans cost later. Man, just handed them to me.
Yeah.
I ain't get that dude nothing. Handed
Yeah.
to him. And then so, we walk around, anybody get a little, I like
Yeah. Yeah.
and that dude, man, but he's one of the sweetest guys. And when he's about you, he's about you. And he
Nice.
really looked out for us, man. We had a ball. We did his radio show live there.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it was just
Yep.
and when you hear it, you could tell how it was like a family, like
Yeah. He was the first one featured a song off of one of my discs, man, Synchronizing Passion. And I sent him a couple, and he was instrumental in helping me understand what a single was, what song to lead with.
uh,
That was back when I was on the other side of the glass. That's what I like to call it, you know.
I, I'll put it to you like this. I think if he then had a big budget, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. We'd all be huge.
I'd probably be
See?
way out there. And
See? There
he
you
don't
go.
even know I think that of him.
Well, check this out.
Just the way he was about me, even after that, the way he was about me, I was like, this
Uh,
dude had a
uh,
bunch of money. We'd be set.
I'm going to bring it on home. I'm going to wrap it on up. Wow. This is his response. His, so I go, hey, brother, when I saw your name, I had to connect. I go, you were one of the that exposed this, across the pond. I go, I got a couple of gems to share with you. And I was telling you, Tim the Taylor and Reggie B. He goes, wow, I'm truly humbled, family. Hey, maybe we should talk. I'm in the mood to bring some new blood into the music world. I know Reggie B very well.
He ain't lying.
You go, I'll check Tim to Taylor out a bit later on my way to work. I really want to do something with Sunja. I'm going to, I referred this artist, Sunja Manning, to receive New Works jazz grant, and she got it. So I'm going to see her tomorrow to see her feature her new work. He goes, her skills are truly outstanding and needed. Bless you, sir. Have a great day, sir. All right, that's just last night. I just got that one at 1:41 this morning.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
ain't no mistakes, man.
no, man.
I'm not in no way shocked, surprised. I'm
Yeah,
pleasantly pleased.
yeah. All right,
You
brother.
know.
So Reggie B, You know, we could go on forever, man, but you know, I do a music show. I gotta play some music for these folks. All
I
right.
dig it.
So yeah, man. So you know, you always these airways are yours. You know, I don't play everything you give me, but you know the deal. You know
Yeah.
how it is. Yep. All right.
I'm gonna
Love you
play
like a
something.
yep. Love you like a brother. Give
Same.
us your website one more time, man. Or your social media handles.
You got Bradley Ill on Facebook, and I'm sure if
Mm-hmm.
you type Reggie B, that'll come up. You got Reggie B Music on Instagram, and you got Reggie B Bradley underscore L on Instagram,
All
and then
right.
Bandcamp / Reggie B, and just type Reggie B on all other platforms or digital platforms. You'll find it.
Nice. Um, I want to do this plug. Folks, if y'all need some soundtrack music or y'all want something that just ain't like nothing else, hit up Reggie B. He will
One
give
more
it to
thing.
you. Okay.
Soundstripe.
Okay.
Soundstripe. Sound Library. I think it's soundstripe.com / Reggie B. Or go on Soundstripe and just search Reggie B. And that's a whole sound library. You can purchase the songs, you can get the stems. It's a whole album of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. Whole library of some stuff. Okay. There you go. There's that. Now, before I let you go, I gotta ask you this. Can you cook, bro? Can you cook?
Man, listen, Chef Boy RB.
Well, give me one of your dishes you'd like to cook.
Um, lamb chop.
Nice. I've never cooked lamb chops.
I even cook a lamb shoulder.
Okay.
I love lamb.
Lamb. All right. Lamb chops, Reggie B. Peace, my brother.
That's mine.
All right. Love you, man.
Love you too.
I'll let you know when this is going to air. All right.
All right.
Peace, brother.